Hey guys, what's going on? I know I haven't made a video in a while, probably like 3-4 months, and I have a lot to catch up on with you guys, and a lot to review and a lot to reflect on. And I like to make these videos just because it captures the moment, it captures the intensity that's going on in my mind. And I like to do this because when months go by and sometimes I'm feeling a little bit down, a little bit doubtful, I like to come back to my old videos and see what was on my mind, what was I thinking about, and like how can I progress from that time till now. So let me start from basically where I ended off in my last video, and I believe that I touched on a little bit how I started to do my own little side carpentry business, and I also I think I was touching on how I was trading a little bit less, and I was focusing on high quality setups, and just trying to focus on my finances and do well in school and stuff like that. Because if you guys don't remember, for the last probably two years, I'd say, I devoted my time and my life to trading. So I devoted my life to watching stocks every single day, trading stocks every single day. I think I had around 400 trades last year. I didn't end off the year profitable. I also I was reading a lot of books, so probably last year I read around 25 books on different topics, so like history, philosophy, psychology, economics, investing, trading. So I had a lot of different topics, and my goal behind that was to become more knowledgeable. And I wanted to, whenever I'm having a conversation with someone, I didn't want to doubt myself. I didn't want to be a chicken with my head cut off and just saying whatever someone else said. I wanted to get the information from the direct source. And when you're learning from these very successful people, or these people who have credible background, you become more credible yourself, because you become more of a mediator rather than just a I don't know what the other word is. I guess like an announcer. I don't know, man. You're literally just telling other people what other people told you, so you don't know if it's true and you don't know if it's real. So that was my goal behind reading all those books and all that. Basically, for the last 3.5 months, I slowed down on reading, basically 100%. I'm not proud of that. I'm starting to slowly pick that up. The beginning of the new year, actually the ending of last year, I was kind of in this state where I was a little bit doubtful of myself. I didn't want to start off the new year like I start out every single new year, which is in debt and kind of like questioning my actions. Am I taking the right steps to the goal? Is my head in the right mind state to continue to progress in my specific area? Am I evolving? Am I looking at things from a different perspective? So the ending of last year, I was in that state. I was unhappy, and I was just like, fuck, this is gonna be the same thing over and over again. I thought this year would be different, but it's not. And on my birthday, I was pretty unhappy, and towards New Year, I don't know what happened. I guess at that point, sometimes when you realize you're hopeless, those are sometimes one of your biggest breakthrough moments. And I ended up, like, probably for like 7 months or 8 months, I've been aware of posting ads on Kijiji has been lucrative, and I had to kind of push it back a little bit because I had to focus on school. But like, I had no opportunities at that moment of time. And when I say moment of time, I'm talking about the ending of last year. And for some reason, I had this one call from this one guy who said, are you able to come check out this job? And it was like 9 o'clock at night, and I said yes. And I realized from that moment, at 9 p.m. most people be like, oh, it's too late, I'm gonna postpone until tomorrow. The moment that I said yes, and I went to that job and I said, I'll take it on, I'll start tomorrow, he accepted the price because I was very generous in my pricing. He liked the way I communicated. He believed in my skill. So I went there, finished the job, and then immediately after that job, I had another job. Yes, 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 yes. The more I said yes, the more that I was learning, the more that I was taking on opportunities, because you'll never know if you don't say yes. You'll never know if you don't take on the opportunity. You'll be unaware of it. So I just started saying yes, and when I realized I had something going, I started to replicate that. I started to do the same thing over and over and over again. So I started reposting the same ads every single day for probably 2 months, and I was able to get myself out of around $7,000 debt, and that was unbelievable to me because I never thought that I could make that switch so quickly based on my skills, being self-sufficient. And most of us, we dream for that. You know, we're like, I don't know what I'm good at. I don't know what I'm able to use these skills to make money in. I have this dream, but I don't know if it can become a reality for myself. I don't know the tools I can utilize to embrace that. I don't know the tools I can use to escalate that so I can generate revenue for me to get myself out of these situations, or to just make my situation even better. So I duplicated, and now 4 months later, I told myself, if I'm consistently busy for 3 months without work, I'll quit my job. And it's been 4 months, and I've been consistently generating business, and I haven't had the balls yet to actually quit my job. And the one thing that is clicking with me is that it's only been 4 months. I've done things where I've had good results and I gave up everything. And sometimes giving up everything is not the greatest thing to do, because you're letting your optimistic mind take over reality. You know, the summer of opportunity is not always going to be there. And the fact that I just started doing this, and it could last. It could last forever. Who knows? But the fact that I am gonna maintain this job, and I told them, if I can keep a part-time job with you guys and work when I'm available, they accepted it. And do you know why I feel like they accepted that? Is because I always had this mindset: is work more than you get paid for. Bring value to the marketplace to get paid more money. So for me, it was like I was always working more than I got paid for. I was always a very happy guy. I was creating good relationships, professional relationships. Wherever I was making sure there was a good vibe around me. So the ability to just ask them and be like, can I go part-time work when I'm available, and them saying yes, was a great benefit to me. So that's what I'm doing now. So I'll be working like maybe 1 day a week, maybe 2 days a month, who knows, for the company, and just kind of working on my own on the side. And what's crazy when you work on your own on the side is you instead of making a wage, you're making a profit. And Jim Rohn says profits are better than wages, and that's 100% true, because I could work 88 hours every 2 weeks, and by the end of the month, if I were to make, let's say, $20 an hour, I'm maybe making around what, $2,400 if I'm working full-time, maximum hours, 5 days a week, and I'm exhausted and I only have the weekends off. $2,400, think about that. And my whole month is occupied by working. Or you can find your own jobs, price your own jobs, work by yourself. Instead of making $2,400 in a month working full-time, you can make $2,400 in a week working part-time. And sometimes that kind of sounds a little unrealistic, and the fact is, it's not. When you have the skill, when you have the ability, you're able to do what you want. You're able to set your own prices. When you have the market, you're able to find the people, and you can distinguish, okay, That's what I want to do. That's what I'm good at. That's what I'm going to stick with. I don't need to dive into different areas and take on multiple standards for myself and say, I want to do this, I want to do that. Because now you're putting yourself in a higher risk, I guess, opportunity for yourself with a lower amount of reward. You don't know how to price that job. You don't know how to do that job the most efficiently as possible. To be honest, I'd rather learn on someone else's money to do something like that. So I do what I'm best at, which is the doors and the baseboards and interior work. I know how to do that efficient. So I realized I can make good money off that. Now for trading, that is my dream. That's my career. That's my aspiration. That's what I feel like I've been put on this planet for. To be honest, when you look at like the overall outcome of trading, financially the benefits are great. But if you're just a trader, what are you really doing for society? You're not really doing much, because all you're doing is exchanging money from one trader to another, and you're not even an investor, right? You're not helping any businesses. You're more so just fluctuating prices, and you're creating volatility for the market, which I guess is kind of good because you're allowing other traders to make money, and that creates economic growth throughout the world and stuff like that. But is that really fulfilling? I'm not very sure yet, because I haven't been able to do it full time. But I know financially that's where I want to be. I want to be a trader. I know that I have the potential to make $6 figures to $1 million a year if I can sustain myself long term in the way. I don't know when I'm going to be able to be successful in trading. I don't know when that is going to be, but I'm going to sustain myself till that point where I can do that. So if it's 5 years, if it's 6 years, 7 years, 10 years, 20 years, I'm going to sustain myself doing other things, working a job until I can do that, right? Because most people, for example, they're focused on passive income. They're like, I want passive income, I want passive income, I want passive income, I want passive income. And they become lazy because they want money to work for them, but they haven't worked for the money themselves yet. And you can't be doing it, right? You need to realize you gotta work. You gotta work your ass off for 5, 10, 15 years. You don't know how long it's gonna take in order to generate this passive income. People win the lottery, people make a hit song, people do these things, and sometimes they're lucky and things go well for them. But in reality, the majority of people, they have to work day and night for their dreams, for their goals. And that's the thing about trading. I was so antsy. I was so in this short-term mindset of I want it now. I want it now. So I was taking the only money that I had and I was trading with it. Do you know what that does to your psychology? Do you know how that plays in with your risk management? It plays a big toll because you can't fully analyze a trade. Sure, you can analyze a trade, but when a trade is going against you, you're more likely to sell a position and take smaller losses that add up to a bigger loss because you're scared of what is to happen. When you have more fundamental backing and you have more money in your bank and you're just trading with a specific amount where you're comfortable with, now you're able to take on bigger volatility increases and decreases, right? So that's where I'm at with trading. I plan to be trading probably in the next 3 to 4 months. I'm gonna start with around $5,000. That's my goal, and only take on opportunities that I find are 80% probable, 80 to 85% probable. And I'm not going to be over trading like I was before. I'm not going to be double dipping, as Roland Wolf would say. I'm not going to be doing those things. I'm not going to be averaging down when stocks are going down. That's not the case. I think that I'll probably end up swing trading some stocks over $10 and also taking on some positions below $10. And kind of just go from there until I'm able to build up a profitable account, and then I can start trading more often, taking on some opening bell breakouts and things like that. So my goal for 2019, main goal for 2019, is to become financially sound. So if it's to work my ass off day and night, that's what I got to do. And the breakthrough was realizing how much my worth is. Instead of understanding I'm only worth $200 a day and not understanding how I'm going to get to $300 a day and thinking that's going to take me 15 years to get to that, I have overcame that. And now it's like, okay, now I'm making $500 a day. How can I maintain that? And it's interesting. It's an interesting point when you get to your life and you break through a certain threshold of income. I thought you had to, sometimes you got to take steps. So it's like 100, 200, 300, 400. But sometimes it's just like, it's a complete breakthrough. And your belief level has been raised, and your self-worth has been raised, your self-esteem has been raised, your confidence has been raised, and everything else good comes with that. And now that I've had the time freedom, the freedom to make money when I want, take the days off when I want, and to really start focusing on my well-being has been exciting for myself. So I just kind of wanted to share that, and I thought it was it's been a pretty interesting 3 to 4 months, because actually every year I've been evolving. You know, like every year we take a look back at our previous years and we're like, have I evolved financially? Have I evolved psychologically? Have I evolved philosophically? Is my body doing better? And one thing that's always been hindering me, and I feel like it's been hindering a lot of us, because a lot of us are not financially educated. We end off every year in the same financial position. We do well, by the end of the year it's all gone. We're doing well, by the end of the year it's all gone. So when you get to a point when you realize money comes, money goes, throw it away. You want to have capital preservation. You want to keep the amount of money that you earn. You want to invest the money that you earn. You want to exponentially grow this money. But first you need to focus on having a fundamental ground, and you need to make sure you're focusing on capital preservation. Keeping the capital, keeping the money that you make, not spending, not blowing it. Buy things that are 10 times worth its worth. Focusing on keeping the money and buying things of value rather than things that you find that, oh, I kind of want that. If it's a must, if it's a need, if it's a necessity, okay. If it's something that you want, rethink it, double think, write it down, write the pros and the cons. But all those little things, they add up. So just think about that on a daily basis and try to minimize that, because every year you're going to be put in the same situation. You're not going to be able to buy that home. And the thing about nowadays is income has stayed the same, prices are rising, inflation, right? And home values are like 10 times the value of what they were 5 to 10 years ago. Even prices of like bread and prices of cans of Coke, everything. Inflation has taken over that. And the value of our money, where does it go? It continues to go down while prices go up. So you have to make sure you preserve that capital and invest it in things that can pay you a good return. And I'm still working on that. And then you get to the point where you can start using other sources of your money to take on higher risk things that can give you higher returns, right? But this year, 2019, capital preservation. And that's all I really wanted to talk about. Hopefully you guys took away something from this video, and yeah, okay.